right when I see a big one. I mean a big one. It's got me thinking. It's got me thinking because this is what I set out to do. I set out to do this kind of fishing. Yeah, I figured out a different pattern as well today, right? But this is what I really set out to do. And so I'm gonna look at this really differently, guys. I don't know if everyone fishes like this. I don't know if people think like this, but this is what goes through my head. So when I see that big one, it's exactly what I was expecting to see, but there's some things with the way I fish. I haven't been over any of this water. I haven't seen any of this. So I'm trying to fish fast, but I'm also trying to see everything. Like, I want to see everything to prepare for tomorrow. And the reason I want to see everything is I don't want this same scenario to happen again, right? I don't want to roll up on something and don't know what it looks like, because right now I'm fishing all brand new water on day one. So I want to make sure I got all this down for day two. So let's jump right back in to the last of the day on Alabama waters. All right, like I said, this is right where I see this big one. This is important, right? Because what's going on is you got to understand the layout of how shallow everything is and how spread out they can be, right? They're not against the bank, right? Because I'm showing you, they're not really against the bank. They're randomly in between the bank and me. And I never really know what that is. If I get in a pocket, it's even harder because the entire pocket becomes so flat, they could be anywhere. Okay? So what we're looking at right now, they could almost be where the boat is. It's all so shallow everywhere. And this becomes an issue because you got to realize, if I was just fishing, it would be okay. And I would go slower. But I'm not really fishing. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things at once, right? One, I'm getting bit. See how that's just a random bite? See where he was? I'm trying to cover as much water as possible for tomorrow, because I want to know, I want to see what everything looks like. That way I can remember it, right? If I see something, if I roll up on some place, okay, and I don't want that same thing to happen again, so I'm trying to cover water and catch fish. But a lot of it's for tomorrow. It's really not for today, okay? So I'm starting to get those bites. I'm starting to see them away from the docks. But I just want to show you all this. I'm still fishing docks. I'm still throwing at them. I'm not fishing them as slow as before. One, I'm not getting bit. Two, I'm starting to get the bites away from the docks like I thought I would. And, you know, like I said, I'm still just trying to look at all this water so I know what to expect for tomorrow. Okay? That's just one of those things I do. I'm always thinking about, you know, the next thing at hand. I've got a pretty good bag, so I'm not worried about that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to catch a giant bag, right? But for right now, I know I got 2 more days, or I'm hoping I catch them tomorrow to make day 3. So I'm just trying to be as calculated as possible, which is cover some things, look at everything, right? Look down in the water, like look at the grass, look at where I get bit. And I'm still fishing the outside, right? You see what I'm calling the outside is, see right in front of me, that point in front of me. I'm on one right now. I'm on a point in front of me. I'm getting bit. I haven't, like I said, I haven't shown you all these bites I've gotten out here like this that aren't in the pockets. I don't understand why I keep on catching small ones. And I've probably had 8 or 9 bites already out here, and they've all been small. I'm just assuming I'm going to catch a big one, or even see a bite. I'm all right with even getting a big bite, but I haven't gotten one. So that's concerning, I guess, to me. I'm making a note of it. If I hadn't been catching them, I'd be really upset. So, like I said, I'm still trying to mess around. You see that grass? I'm still throwing my pad perch. It's the one thing I can get bit on, for sure. As you can see back here, see how that's all matted. When I say matted grass, a lot of that is mainly eelgrass, but it also has it's cut up eelgrass too. But if you see where I'm looking underneath the boat, there's fish there as well. See how I'm always looking? I mean, I can see way on out here. So you have to throw up here. I didn't realize this pocket was going to be this shallow, right? Or I probably wouldn't have gotten where I'm at. I probably wouldn't have gotten this close. But once you're there, right? You can't really do anything about it. So I still think there's fish out here underneath the boat. These are the things I'm trying to look at so I can be prepared for tomorrow. I'm gonna keep saying that because I think that that's important. So I know it's not big, but once again, I'm starting to get bit pretty regularly in the grass away from the docks now. Like, it's happening. There's going to be this misconception about why they're out there, and everyone thinks, oh, it's the sun and the clouds and everything. I'll give you the hint, okay? It's like that because of the bait, and the sun is affecting the bait, which moves the bass out of the docks. It's not like the bass don't care about being underneath the docks or being in the sun or the shade or anything like that. They don't care. They're not, the water temp's kind of cooler, so they're not worried about the sun. What they're doing is the shad get up so shallow when the sun comes out. So that's why the bass come out of the docks, because all the shad are up there in a foot, 2 foot of water. That's what I need. If the shad aren't up there, these fish might not even, I assume they're living in these docks, but they might not even be in the docks. I just think they get in them in the morning time, and I don't know really when they get there or how all that works. I'm not going to sit there and say I do. I just know they're not away from the docks in the morning time. The sun has to get up. Now, does that mean I can catch them in the morning time on the docks? No. And that's because maybe they don't bite, right? There's still times when they bite and times when they don't. And that's something I can't ever control. But I do want to put my bait around them. I'll even pick up a swim jig. I wanted to try this because I was like, man, I haven't really thrown a swim jig in some of these docks. I only did it for a little bit. But once again, I have not had a bite in a dock. And as soon as I pick up a pad perch, things always start to happen again. I know it's not small, and if you watch, I don't even care. I don't even throw back to it. But the bites are starting to come now a lot like this. So I'm just thinking I'm gonna catch me a big one somewhere here. Remember, guys, once again, I'll keep repeating it. This is all new water to me. I've never fished any of this, so I'm still just kind of fishing. Maybe you can call it junk fishing. I wouldn't say it's that much junk fishing because I really have 2 patterns, and that's it. And that's throw that jig, throw this pad perch. But the jig is pretty much done for me. I keep throwing it. I just don't get bit. Another bite. And like I said, these aren't big ones, guys. They are bites, though. I mean, that's how many fish are around. And right now, it's going to take a lot to cull. To be honest with you, I'm just throwing back in there, not because I think it's going to cull, just because I'm kind of mad that they're missing. But they're missing because when I say not big, some of them might be keepers. I don't need any more keepers. But as you can tell, I am not too worried about these docks anymore. This is what makes me mad, right here. So I see a really big one, but it was too late. I already spooked it. And that's the part that I was trying to avoid. Was coming in here. You see where it was? It was on the opposite side of my boat. And I'm going, great, okay. So I remember this pocket, right? I've had 3 or 4 bites in a matter of minutes. I just saw a big one. Look where it was. So I know tomorrow when I come in here that I'm gonna approach it a lot differently. That I'm not gonna sit there. I'm gonna get way further away, right, and start throwing in the middle of these pockets. Some things like that. And every pocket's different, guys. That's the problem, is that some pockets have, aren't set up that same way. So I'm going to try to start remembering all these places. And it's crazy to me. I wouldn't say it's crazy, but how the dock thing was so the deal, and now all of a sudden it's not, and now this is finally set up to be the deal. Now that one was a decent one. She was set up on something specific. There's patches of eelgrass there. It's hard to see, but there was just a patch about the size of a bucket or something. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I see another one.
Yes, sir, buddy. That's a coal.
I think it is.
Shoot, big time coal, buddy.
She's fat. Yeah, I think you're right. Fat. So that ended up being a fairly decent one. They're not giant fish, but they're blown out thick fish. And once again, that was the same type of eelgrass that I saw that was matted up like that. That was where that wedding was taking place, where I saw that giant. That's why I knew when I saw that big one, it wasn't random. It was on that stuff. So when I got bit back-to-back places on these other patches of eelgrass, I knew that was a pattern. That's what I was looking for. That's why I'm going so, what I would call fast, because I'm trying to locate all these places. Because whether I catch them today or tomorrow, right? I'm looking for them, so I know, okay, this bank has a couple here. Fish it slower. Where that wedding venue was going down. Now I know how that's set up. I know that I need to cast there. It's fairly easy to see sometimes with the sun out. But what if it's blowing tomorrow? What if it's cloudy? What if I can't see all this? Those are the things that I'm trying to pay attention to.
All the guys in our group, they struggled. They were all struggling.
Oh, I was struggling. The best I've had. Well, I had one other. And I didn't just keep fishing. Guess that frog is the bet. They might miss it a little bit. Get it around a good one. I don't want to sound like a whatever, but man, I'm just telling you, I do a lot of sight fishing. I'm 90% sure that in front of that place where they were having that wedding,
Yeah.
I saw like 8 or 9 thunder.
Well, I know I can't say I seen nowhere near all you saw, but several of them you saw I did.
Well, this is the only one. I looked at it, and that's when I got really mad because I didn't do. But she came out, and there was about 50 perches. There was that same type of grass in there. And it's just there. She came out of that big grass, even though it's shallow, but there were tons of perches there.
So it's getting kind of close to check-in. Those guys probably have 3 o'clock check-ins. They're getting back there. I have maybe 20 more minutes of fishing. I don't know if I have 20 more minutes of fishing or 20 more minutes I have to get in, but it's getting close to that time.
Your bite probably better than mine.
Think so?
Yeah.
What's that?
I just, with the little bit of change in the weather, I think them fish are still coming. And the stuff that you're fishing is really not pressure.
No, my fish aren't pressure. That's good.
That's giving you a big advantage.
I've left them alone pretty good.
Well, just like you said, there's nobody doing this.
No. They might get on the, I mean, if they come, what they haven't figured out, is when they come, they're coming back here, I guarantee you, and hitting them docks. And not catching anything, because that sun's out. I think I'm going to catch them way better in the morning time on them docks. I wasted a lot of time this morning not realizing they were on them. Like all of these docks, I think, you know, some of them will have fish on them that don't have them on there now.
Think you got 20?
No.
You close.
Think?
Yeah.
I'm usually off, but I mean, I was just counting those 2 as 4-pounders, but I know they're bigger. I don't think they're 5, though.
No. That one might be.
They both need to be 5 for me to have 20.
I don't know.
I kind of got lucky with some of the big ones. And then I didn't catch any big ones doing this, though. So this is how I thought I'd get some big ones. One I think.
Got it.
I shouldn't even set the hook
Why?
because I knew it wouldn't pull.
I think you're wrong.
No, she ain't gonna call.
You better check it. Look
I am. But I shouldn't have thrown at her.
That's pretty funny though how
You see her like that. Nah. No, man. Not even close.
You sure?
Yeah.
the other ones are getting big.
I guess you're right. Baby blue. Right?
I mean, look at red. See what I'm saying?
Baby blue, the smallest one.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
close
it's not
is
even
that?
close. Look at that.
Nope. Hey, gummy.
That's crazy though. I kind of wanted to just see it. That's good. That's good to know that they're that active. You just gotta get on one. I'm gonna leave here and I just don't want to take a chance.
You don't what?
I don't want to take a chance.
Yeah, I figured you hit at 315.
Yeah, I am.
I know it's a little early, but
But just in case, I don't know, something. In case I break down, I can wave someone down.
is that Strap King 60 stuff?
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, I thought it was. Was it called a sexy frog?
Nah, pad perch.
Paddle perch.
Pad.
Pad perch.
I made it for pads. Or maybe.
I can honestly say I don't own one of them.
That part is, I don't know. I mean, I got plenty. If you want one. But I don't have. I don't know why I didn't bring it. I only have. I don't even know if I have just one of these cones.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't bring enough pad perch. I brought a bunch of pad perch, just not that one color. So I'm gonna have to make that one pad perch last for the next 2 days. Shouldn't be a problem. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? So I've got 2 more days to figure out. And I feel good. I really do, because I think, for one, I thought I wasn't gonna get very many bites. I got quite a few bites. I didn't get very many bites doing what I thought I'd really do, and like how I really caught them. That does bother me because yesterday I saw so many big ones. And today I saw some, but it wasn't the same. It's hard to explain. And it was so late for it to start happening. Before it started happening around 11. It didn't start today till like 1. So, but I also know I left a lot of fish in them boat docks. Like I didn't catch them all. I didn't really see anybody else on my stretch, so I should have all that for tomorrow. I don't think anyone knows I was fishing there. I've got a lot going on. I feel pretty confident. Like I said, now I've got 2 ways to catch them. I still haven't even done the Chapo deal, right? And I wasted some time in the morning time, and I'm not going to do that again tomorrow. Now, I don't know if it's going to help me, but that's the plan. Is I'm going to fish a couple of things like I did, but there's a lot of this stuff I'm not going to go hit, and then we're just going to kind of figure out from there, because I just know too in fishing, and this is the big thing, guys. There's no secrets. There's none of this stuff. It's just decision making and figuring it out, right? Tomorrow's going to be different. I would love to think it's not going to be, and I just go down those docks and catch them the same way I did. Something tells me it's not going to be the exact same. It might be close, some similarities, but things are changed, because it definitely changed from the last day of practice till today. So now I'm kind of coming in here, like I think I'm in like 2nd or 3rd flight, which means I'll be in like the last flight tomorrow. So I don't really know what's leading it or anything right now. I'm just trying to find me a good place to park. Then Jody White and Rob, Matt Sir, they come over there. They work for MLF, FLW and stuff. I've known them for years now. They come over. They usually come over and give me a hard time. But I actually made Rob get in my boat. He wanted to take pictures because he usually gives me a hard time because he says I don't ever have anything. I even think after he took these pictures of these fish, he probably still was. He gives me such a hard time thinking he's almost hoping I don't do good. Look at that. He actually did help me. I'm surprised he didn't push me in the water. All right, guys. Had a little over 21 pounds. I got the lead. I was kind of shocked by that. I really wasn't thinking that. I honestly did think I had 19 pounds. Even the guy up there weighing him in thought that's what I had. So I think my big ones were a little bit bigger than I thought. So that's what I got going on. So I made some videos while the competition was going on, like after the first day. So I'm gonna leave it right here. Go look for this video if you want to watch something extra, right? Just a little bit about literally how I was feeling that day, It's pretty cool. I even went back and watched it to really see what was going on, what I thought about everything. A lot of this, man, this is where I was thinking, right? It's not about having the lead. It's about like learning, thinking, all this stuff. Remember, guys, this tournament, I'm doing all this because I really truly believe tournament fishing is the best way to learn how to fish. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm gonna go into that, actually. I think I'm gonna go into that on the next episode, okay? And the reason I wanna bring that up, there's so much that goes on in this tournament, good and bad, right? When I say that, there's always gonna be good and bad, no matter, nothing ever goes perfect, right? But there's some things that go on in this event that makes you think, right? Sometimes it's more fishing related, like how to just catch fish. So a lot of what we did on the breakdowns, the earlier videos, right? So if you haven't watched those, the earlier episodes were more about finding fish, right? Now it's kind of about execution. But when it's all said and done, for fishing for 7, 6, 7, 8 days in a row, that's truly how you learn how to catch fish, because you get to see everything progress or digress, either one, right? You get to see a lot of things happen. So that way, when you get back out on the water, it's easier for you to break down things quicker. That's why I think breaking down water for me is so easy, because I've spent so many 7, 8 days in a row on the water. Anyways, stay tuned for day 2. It's going to be probably not what you think. How about that? All right. We'll see you next time on Alabama Waters. But even the guy up there he got them all out. He's like, what do you got, about 19? I was like, yep.
Yep.
I mean, he's like, he said 19, he goes 18, no, he goes, no, these will go 19. I'm like, yeah, that's what I think. So he thought the same thing.
I think you duplicate that more.
I
Well, it's
can,
way down from what I thought.
I think I can, I'm just trying to catch a limit. One more. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, boat fish don't like to reload. I know it's different at Gunnersville, but still, they don't really like to reload. But I didn't catch them all. There's a couple of them with still multiple.
You didn't fish a whole bunch of last stretch of docks.
No, so I mean, I've got, yeah, so I got, well, and none of those fish had all left in docks. So all those aren't, I didn't catch any fish off them docks because they're not on them. So I've got like 3 more pockets. I catch one, and I think I can go to this other place now and catch them over here in the morning too, where we went this morning.
Yeah.
That now that I know that they're up there, if they're in that area, they're probably on some docks somewhere. And that other section didn't fire, and that's where I saw all the big ones. Maybe I hit that late in the day, and they